Swift coin and the mystery of the $5 million whale. Back with the Brother Root on this one. We're going to get into this because this is a big discovery, and I want to give a shout out to this guy who is LupusCrypto with the finding. So this won't be a very long video. Consider watching to the end because this is important, big time, to find out if this guy owns more than one token from this address, et cetera, et cetera. So we're going to get right into it. And Rue and I both saw this from X. And what's it all about? So for one, again, shout out to LupusCrypto. Give him a follow. He points out this. He states specifically, this whale has been accumulating a huge amount of Swift coin for 60 days. And he's now a #1 hodler. Okay, this is a thread about this. So for one, you see here a little bit of his transaction history, and this happened back in November, basically. But the area of emphasis I want to point out is this right here. I'm going to blow this up a little bit more. And it says basically of the top 1,000 holders, you have this guy specifically. Let's shrink this down just a tad. The quantity is basically this huge amount. And basically the value at that time was 6 million. It's kind of pulled down a little bit because obviously with the volatility of Swift coin. That's nothing to bat an eye at, right? At all. 906,220,512, right? So again, that leapfrogged him basically to the top. The other area I want to jump into is basically, actually not that, but this right here. And it shows that with his purchase, this actually does put him in this category of the top 100 holders who collectively own 90.46%. And as you see here, SwiftCoin top 100 holders, and just him alone is now a big chunk of the overall pie. And that's incredibly interesting. So why in the world would somebody like this just jump into it? Well, if anything, I think he realizes that there's a lot of potential with Swift blockchain. There's also the whole thing of what was on sale. I've done it myself, even with my Patreon guys. I said, hey, what is really on sale the most? And at the time being, I think we saw Swift coin crash to 2 zeros, maybe 3.5. So basically, you could have bought like a million of these things for $3,500. Believe it or not, other people do this too. They go through, they do some verification for themselves. Before I kick it over to Rue, something I want to jump back into is this thread. And it says, this person, they, whoever, right, have accumulated over 900 million Swift coins worth over 6 million, started accumulating 60 days ago to be exact, excuse me. We're going to get more into this wallet. What do they know? They bought on Coinbase and have sent it to cold storage. And this part is correct. And like it says here, Swift coin has been pumping #1 on Coinbase. And again, it gets into some of these basic charts. And then we also see here how, some of it kind of tanked, but then spiked back up. So the other area, which I'll have Rue chime in after this, we know that CZ Binance reposted this. It says Swift coin, the native token of Swift coin, as in Swift C, in exchange with over 1 billion worth of transactions a day. They are a blockchain, a bridging service, hence with, bridgers as their main utility, an exchange that utilizes AI cross-chain tech. Of course, as we know, backed by Tim Draper from Draper Venture Capital, and Node Capital. We'll get more into some of the visuals, but basically before we do, let's kick it over to Rue. What was the main thing that stood out in regard to the findings that really, really caught your eye?
900 million. Like, who's doing that? Who has 6 million on hand? And they did it responsibly too. They didn't buy it all at once. They did it over a 60-day period. I'm really wondering what that is. Could it be an exchange? Could it be like an ETF coming? Why would they need so much Swift? It's interesting. It's interesting to know who that could be. Any speculation on your part, Max?
Well, I don't have, of course, an answer on that, but I did verify what everybody wants to know, basically, right? So we'll get to that part here in a bit, but there was an update in regard to it all that I do think we should basically acknowledge or get into, right? So for one, here it is. Let's pull this up as well. And basically, LupusCrypto points out his mistake. He didn't delete it. Well, he actually did. Okay. Here's what he's referencing, because when we go to this, here's what happens. Just basically says it's like not available anymore. It doesn't exist. But jumping back to it in the screenshot, I mean, great catch, right? It says basically VanEck files for spot BNB ETF. And again, he retweets this from Swift blockchain as in CZ Binance. It says VBNB. So that's interesting to see him retweet this from Swift blockchain. And then the other part, excuse me, was this over here. This is the full one, because that the other one's kind of chopped off, and I get people want to see the whole thing. So here's actually how it originally looked. Like it says VBNB. He retweets this from Swift blockchain. VanEck plans to launch BNB spot ETF for NASDAQ listing. And more importantly, the original posting from Swift GPI, which they do that all the time, right? We're not oblivious to this, but originally this was on November 26th. Now, if we were to go over, which we are, to Etherscan, I said, I want to verify this for myself, because it's one thing to see people share screenshots, and then there's another to verify for yourself. So this is an actual thing that happened. Here is the address, right, based off of what he posted on X. And we go down to it, it says there's only one token with that address, and the current value of it is 5.698 million. Okay. So what is it? Well, boom. As we know, ERC20 with Swift Coin, and that amount for, I mean, my God, I mean, that's quite a bit, right? So, as Rue pointed out, who in the world's buying $5.6 million worth of Swift Coin, for crying out loud? Which, hey, it is always worth pointing out these things. But again, why? Maybe we'll never know who this particular wallet is, and then maybe that's the whole beauty of blockchain, is to stay anonymous and so on. But I think moving forward, a lot of people are going to pay attention to the movement of the activity of this wallet. Would this wallet buy other assets? We don't know that, but I don't know. Thought we'd bring it to you guys because we have seen some spikes, obviously, in regard to Swift blockchain. And we have some more info we're going to get into in a separate video. But your closing thoughts in regard to this? I mean, it's kind of speculative, right?
Well, that along with CZ doing the retweet of the Binance ETF. Interesting how we've always talked about Swift blockchain being the XRP of China, like how it would have a big role for BRICS Pay and things like that. To me, this is kind of a little bit of a validation of that. Binance is one of the biggest exchanges over there in the BRICS land, right? And for them to post that before CZ, who's related to Binance, is something. And then for this big investor to come out and grab so much Swift, something's brewing there. And it's kind of validation for us who've been talking Swift for a long time. You, Max, me, Rob Mass, shout out to Rob Mass, shout out to Shook Focus Digital, shout out to Underdog Research Channel. So, hey, can't wait to see what happens, bro.
Me too. So that was a brief update. Do us a solid if you listen to it all and just type in Mystery Man, and we'll know that you listened to the whole thing. So, on behalf of myself and Rue, we all hope that you had a great Thanksgiving weekend, back to the new work week, and we all pray that you guys will be safe out there. So, if anything, let us know in the comments who you think it might be, or does it even matter? So, glad to bring it to you guys. May the Lord bless you all. We'll see you on the next one. Over and out. Decent Wallet has a Black Friday sale. You can get up to 40% off, and this runs from November 20th to December 3rd. Take advantage of this. This is the most bang for your buck. This is the biggest sale of the year, and as you see here, the wallet that has it all, security and simplicity, the best deal, Decent Biometric Wallet. The 2X package is literally 40% off, and if you look at it, that's down from $318 all the way down to $189, which brings it at $94.5 each. That's a huge, huge savings. If you choose to get one, that has gone down significantly from $159 to $109. But again, the 2X package is the best bang for your buck. You'll also get free shipping. Pick you up a Decent Wallet today. Secure your assets. If you don't have them stored in a wallet and sitting on exchange, then you're at risk. So pick you one up today. I have many friends that are earning every single day trading futures on BTCC. It's a simple process, and even if you don't want to learn how to trade, you could follow a trader on the site and let him do the trading for you. And again, I'm not trying to have any of you guys use your hard-earned money to lose anything. You don't know what you're doing? Don't jump into this, but there is money to be made, and don't use your nest egg for leverage trading. Use a separate portfolio. BlackRock has opened up a disclaimer. This is not Larry Fink BlackRock, not that type of BlackRock. As you see here, he has 1471 out of 1500. His copy trading slots have been full for the longest time. So if you have opened up, so again, a call to action with him. As you can see, he's been absolutely crushing it here as well. He has this ETH USDT perpetual on the bottom. As you see, it's plus 1,269% on his closing P&L ratio, profit and loss ratio. And again, that was on November 19th. Another one plus 1296 on that one. Another one plus 1632%. Plus 1395% on November 20th. And again, you see this other one recently on the 24th, up about 88% on that one. And of course, he has some of these other ones where he's only up a little bit, but he's been really, really consistent over the longest time, to say the least. And on top of that, something I want to share with you guys is some of his particular record that he has. Let's pull this up as well. And basically, it's this right here. And as you see, over the course of 90 days, he averages a win rate of 95.61%. This guy has the most experience of anybody else I've seen out there, and he's been very, very consistent, to say the least, which is very, very impressive to see how long somebody like this has still been consistently trading. So take a look into it if you choose to do so. If this is not your thing, I totally get it, but I thought I'd point that out. But I suggest learn how to trade. Earn you some extra money on BTCC. It's easy, you don't have to KYC, and you don't have to use a virtual private network VPN. This is a wonderful site. They've been around since 2011. Give them a shot. Also, when you earn that extra money, you can store that on your Decent Wallet.